Oh, we ready? We good? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the call. It is a marvelous moving forward motivational Monday. Everyone is looking great by video. Hopefully, everyone can still hear me via phone. If anyone is new to the platform or to the call, my name is JP. I am from Little Rock, Arkansas. I have the distinct honor and pleasure of hosting this call Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We at Life Changing Alliances have a motto: if we can change you, then you can change your world, because your environment will adjust to you, whether that's negative or positive. It does work both ways, guys. Do not fool yourself. This morning, we are still studying and reading from a book titled The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. You can download that book to your electronic device, or you can purchase the hard copy. If you do purchase the hard copy, please purchase the updated version of that book, because that is the one that we are studying and reading from. This morning, guys, you will hear from two dynamic authors, leaders, speakers, and coaches. The first author, leader, coach that you will hear from and see if you are on the video platform is Mr. Jamal Mumford. He is the published author of a book titled Success Now. He helps individuals on a daily basis with their self-development, and he enjoys doing it, and he travels extensively doing that for people on a daily basis. The next face that you will hear after Mr. Mumford, and the next voice you will hear, is none other than Mr. Motivator himself, Kim Satchel. He is the published author of a book titled Alcoholics versus Struggleholics. He also helps individuals on a daily basis with their self-development, and he travels extensively doing that as well, guys. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to some and present to others Mr. Jamal Mumford. Mr. Mumford, are you still free and clear with us this morning, sir? And Coach, you have to unmute him.
Good morning, good morning. There we go, there we go.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, JP. Thank you for looking out for me. It's always good to have one behind your back. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, LCA. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. And I'm always excited about what we do here, because every weekend is a great weekend. I hope all you guys did have a wonderful weekend. And we're back another week, personal development. Back again. Hopefully, some of you who've been committed for a week now, been on the call for a week. I know we had some brand new listeners last week, some brand new ones the last month, some last year, and we're pushing forward to 2017 because we're about to run into our last quarter of the year. And I tell you, folks, what better thing could we do than look back over your life and look how much we have personally developed. So truly excited about that. I have, this weekend, personal development is in everything. Personal development is truly in everything. When you look at life, and you start processing everything through personal development, it really makes some drastic changes in your life. I was out running this morning. I just got back, and just doing some affirmations while I was running, and just seeing some things over my life and speaking over my life, and really looking at everything. Even while running, you can use personal development. Even while you're exercising, because if that personal development kicks in, you'll be able to exercise even more. You'll understand when you feel pain in your body. It's like personal development. Keep on going forward in your finances. Everything can be personal development if you really channel everything through that filter. And I'm gonna have a question because how many of you know? And I just want to share this testimony with you guys. How many of you know that problems gonna make you stronger? Type yes or raise your hand. How many know problems gonna make you stronger? Raise your hand. All right. Anybody in the chat? Just type yes. Problems gonna make you stronger. Anybody? Yes. Problems gonna make you stronger. Anybody? Just one person. Thank you, Mr. Motivator. We're chatting. Okay. Bridget. Okay. Problems gonna make you stronger. Nobody else said problems, huh? Wow. Okay. Super duper stand. Okay. Now, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? All of you are wrong.
Oh.
I just learned that this weekend. See, personal development. I was listening to one of my mentors, and he said, how many of you say problems come to make you stronger? He said, that's a bold-faced lie. If you believe that, that's why you continue to attract problems. Problems do not come to make you stronger. Problems come to tear you down. Think about it. Problems don't come to make you stronger. Ah, yeah. Got that yesterday. Problems don't think about it. Problems don't come to make you stronger. Problems come to tear you down. My problems did not come to me to make me stronger. My problems came to me to try to take me out this world. I almost committed suicide. I almost jumped over a bridge. Right? Problems don't come to make you stronger. Problems come to take you out this game. So he said, stop saying that. Take that belief system out of your thoughts. That is a limiting belief. Because you will continue to attract problems. Why would you want to attract more problems to your life? Because see, if you say problems come to make you stronger, then you'll attract more problems, thinking they're going to, and they don't make you stronger. Because how many of you got problems, you're not happy with your problems? Last time I checked, nobody's happy with their problems. Right? See, he gave a couple of them. I'm going to give you another one tomorrow. See, I just want to set you guys up today. See, he set me up. I got something so I had to set you guys up today because everybody said yes. And see, again, this is how personal development works. What did the author say a couple of chapters ago? He said, what I do is I spent my whole entire life unlearning things that were not true. I spent my whole life unlearning things that were not true. And how many you can think about now when you can say problems going to make you stronger? Think about that. And think about, again, when we right now, we're on the chat and talking about our thoughts, things we think about, things we say to ourselves. And this is another little mindset that we have that make us think that problems going to make us stronger. I got a good one for you tomorrow. So with that being said, I know you guys kind of got your brain a little messed up there, but I sure got messed up yesterday. But I'm going to turn this call to Mr. Morty, Mr. Satchel. Sir, the call is yours.
Well, good morning, Mr. Mumford. Way to start the call off, sir. Got me over here thinking. But we definitely want to welcome each and every one of you to the call. Good morning, each and every one of you at LCA. Hopefully all of you had a great weekend on purpose simply because you said so. And if depending on the weekend, who created it, you did. So I can promise you I had a fantastic weekend on purpose.
Sure, man.
And I'm definitely looking forward to having an even more incredible weekend on an incredible week. I'm sorry, there we go. Having a more incredible week this week. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you understand we are now engaging in the book Success Principles. Hopefully each and every one of you have purchased that book, The Success Principles. For all of those that are new listeners listening in on our call, you can actually download that book. As Miss JP said, download that book. You want to have that and sit it right next to your biblical Bible, right? And always reference those two together. You know, people would say sometimes if we actually shared certain things with you, you would. It's like, I know in the other world they would really think I'm lying because this is how the universe lines up. You ever heard Mr. Mumford always say the universe winks at you, right? But this morning I woke up with something on my mind, and it was just talking about habits, right? Habits, I promise you. I went and I'm always looking for a way to advertise this particular platform in the morning. So I said this morning, I was like, habits. And then I said, habit quotes. That's what I Googled. Habit quotes. I wanted a quote for habits. And many of you saw the quote that I put for habits. Now, needless to say, I did not even open the book yet. I did not open the book of where we were going to read from next, okay? So as I did this, I opened up the book that says, a great habit for self-growth is routinely making and breaking habits. How many of us would agree with that, right? A great habit for self-growth, as we are here with Life-Changing Alliances, is all about what? Growing ourselves, correct? So when you look at that, self-growth is routinely making and breaking habits. And then guess what today's chapter starts with, Mr. Mumford? Would you like to know? develop 4 new success habits a year. I promise you, when I look, it's scared to, sometimes we say this, right? Y'all will hear us say this. This thing will scare the living heck out of you, like, whoa. The individuals who want to reach the top in business must appreciate the might and force of habit. He must be quick to break those habits that can break him and hasten to adopt those practices that will become a habit that help him achieve the success he desires. Everybody can see that? This is crazy, right? Now watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this. I then open up and listen to this. The way of thinking.
Optimism, the deadly disease of always looking on the bad side, the problem side, the difficult side, checking all the reasons why it can't be done. The poor pessimist leads an ugly life. He doesn't try to figure out what's right. He tries to figure out what's wrong. He doesn't look for virtue. He looks for faults. And when he finds them, he's delighted. How ugly. This is the poor guy who looks through the window, doesn't see the sunset. He sees the specks on the window. And this is the poor guy, right, who rushes up, takes such leave of his senses. This guy rushes up and he says, I've got 5 good reasons why it won't work. He's so dumb, he doesn't know. All he needs 1. He's got 5. To the pessimist, the glass is always half empty. To the optimist, the glass is half full. Why would the same measure affect people 2 different ways? Answer, it all depends on how you look at it. Our lives are mostly affected by the way we think things are, not the way they are. The way we think they are affects us most. There's a subject we don't have time to get into tonight called better thinking habits.
All I'm going to say is we are on the right track. We are on the right track. For those that may not see it, but I'm going to tell you right now, the universe is truly working in our favor. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead on and get started. Miss Sabrina is going to read for us this morning. Go ahead, Miss Sabrina.
Principle 34, develop. Well, you want me to just, because you already read that part, so you want me to just start where the reading begins?
No, you can read it one more time.
Develop 4 new success habits a year. The individual who wants to reach the top in business must appreciate the might and force of a habit. He must be quick to break those habits that can break him and hasten to adopt those practices that will become the habits that will help him achieve the success he desires. Psychologists tell us that up to 90% of our behavior is habitual. 90%. From the time you get up in the morning until the time you retire at night, there are hundreds of things you do the same way every day. These include the way you shower, dress, eat breakfast, read the newspaper, brush your teeth, drive to work, organize your desk, shop at the supermarket, and clean your house. Over the years, you have developed a set of firmly enriched habits that determine how well your area of life works, from your job and your income to your health and your relationships. The good news is that habits help free up your mind while your body is on automatic. This allows you to plan your day while you are in the shower and talk to your fellow passengers while you are driving your car. The bad news is that you can also become locked into habits that don't serve you. Unconscious, self-serving behavior patterns that inhibit your growth and limit your success. Whatever habits you have established up to this point are producing your current level of results. More than likely, if you want to create higher levels of success, you are going to need to drop some of your habits. Not returning phone calls, staying up too late, watching too much television, making sarcastic comments, eating fast food every day, smoking, being late for appointments, spending more than you earn, and replace them with more productive habits. Returning phone calls within 24 hours, getting 8 hours of sleep each day, reading an hour a day, exercising 4 times a week, eating healthy food, being on time, and saving 10% of your income.
All right, what you get from that?
I definitely agree with those habits because, I mean, just from being on this personal development call, I've changed some of my habits. When I first moved to Arkansas from Portland, because of the time difference, 2-hour time difference, I wouldn't get up until 11 o'clock every day from Arkansas. And if you call me for 11 o'clock, I have an attitude. But now I get up at like 7:30, at least to make sure I'm on the call, or sometimes I'll go walk in the morning. And I definitely feel better. While I did enjoy the extra sleep, but I do feel better and I get more accomplished getting up at least by 7:30. Also, I will walk in the mornings. I start doing that when I can, when it's not raining. So I did start some better habits that I can see are making a difference in my life. A habit of being on the personal development call. This is a habit now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I definitely agree that you have good and bad habits.
So you said if I called you before 11, you had taught yourself to have an attitude because I called you before 11?
You woke me up out of my sleep.
So the way you behave is get an attitude?
Yeah, I would answer the phone, what do you want?
Thank you for being so goddamn transparent. I know not to call. What time can I call you now? No,
I'm up now.
A better life, as we constantly say, you can have a better life, right? Change you, change those things around you. Habits. Mr. Mumford started the call off this morning with how many of us really believe our problems make us stronger, right? And when we started talking about it, the habit of how you see things, the habit of how we see things will determine the habit on how we will react or respond to things that we hear, see, things of that nature, right? So when you look at this on this habit thing, how we eat, what do you do? I seen Mr. Mumford has changed that. He's developing a new habit that he's running earlier in the morning now. Instead of, he used to run at a certain time, but he's changing habits. How long does it take to change a habit, Sabrina?
I had unmuted myself.
Go ahead. You unmuted.
Oh, can you hear me?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, 21 days. I think I heard someone say 21 days, but then I heard someone else say 30 days. So.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Mumford, how long does it take to change a habit?
Well, they say it takes 21 days to change a habit, but it'll take almost 90 days to change a bad thought. So that was something I learned new this year, because You know, you can try to change your habits, but I find a lot of people that end up reverting back to their old habits. And why that is because the thought, you might, like for instance, me running, you know, 21 days, yeah, I can keep on doing 21 days straight, but then I got to do it 90 days straight to get the thought, to change that actual thought, right? To the point where now, like it's announced on autopilot, right? You know, so, you know, there's a different, you know, there's a difference between the two of them.
How many of us actually in this room today, we know we need to change some of our habits? How many of us agree with that? Right? Saving, all right. We've had a 52-week chain. We had a 52-week challenge for saving money. What if you save that, as he said, save 10% of your income and develop that habit? Would you ever be broken again in life? You would never, ever be broken again. So this is what we say about money. It doesn't matter how much you have, but if you just develop that habit, would it make a major difference in how you do a lot of things? Yes or yes. Do we have a habit of spending? Do we have a habit of spending? There's a result on that, right? That's living from paycheck to paycheck. Is that a habit? Mm-hmm. I'm just asking questions now. Anybody else want to participate? Right? Think about these habits that we have formed through learned behavior. If you just save 10%, would you eventually be able to walk away from your job? If you had that habit? Yes or yes? Because at the end of the day, watch this, if you're saving 10% of your income, right, and then you develop a habit of investing 10% of your income, is it possible that you can mentally walk away from your job with that level of thinking? Okay, I'm going to get, watch this. Let's just take $1, right? Let's just take $1 and we're going to save 10% of that. And then we're going to invest 10% of $1. So if you made $3,000 this month, how much money did you save this month? 10%. $300. If you invested $300, how much can that $300 make you? Woo, man, depends on you sell with. If you're selling drugs, you're selling crack, you're selling rings, you're selling clues. It don't matter. If you're selling, it doesn't matter. I was getting ready to say one other thing, but then I would have lost 50 of you. You follow what I'm saying? I can sell just about anything, and I can literally, with those two habits, I can walk away from my job. But they must become habits. This is why we say when we develop you. Are y'all with me right now? All right, somebody gonna go with me. Okay. Who else ready to read today? Anybody else want to read this morning? Just Ray, go ahead and unmute yourself. I'm gonna take some of y'all gonna get this thing for real. I'm gonna make a bunch of millionaires up in this joint.
That's right. Rico's ready to read. Rico Jones.
Rico, what's happening? How are you, sir?
Blessed and highly favored. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you well. You want to read?
Right.
We got a man reading today.
Yes, sir.
All right, yes,
That's
sir.
what I'm talking about.
Awesome. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, let me put it up for you.
Yes, sir.
All right. There you go.
And where will I be reading that?
Right, starting at good or bad habits always delivers results.
All right. Good or bad habits always delivers results.
Continue. Success. What happened? You must have you muted yourself. Hold on. All right, go ahead, Rico. Can you see?
Yes, sir. Success is a matter of understanding and religiously practicing specific, simple habits that always lead to success. Robert J. Ringer, author of $1 Million Habits. Your habits determine your outcomes. Successful people don't just drift to the top. Getting there requires focused action, personal discipline, and lots of energy every day to make things happen. The habits you develop from this day forward will ultimately determine how your future unfolds. One of the problems for people with poor habits is that the results of their bad habits usually don't show up until much later in life. When you develop a chronic bad habit, life will eventually give you consequences. You may not like the consequences, but life will still deliver them. The fact is, if you keep on doing things a certain way, you will always get a predictable result. Negative habits breed negative consequences. Positive habits create positive consequences.
What you get from that there, Rico?
To be honest with you, I just read it. I didn't get a chance to analyze it. I just read it.
All right, we're gonna read that one again, because I want you to read it as you're reading it. I want you to hear it again. Just read that. Your habits determine, because this is huge, ladies and gentlemen. I want everybody to listen to this. Go ahead, Rico.
All right. Your habits determine your outcome. Successful people don't just drift to the top. Getting there requires focused action, personal discipline, and lots of energy every day to make things happen. The habits you develop from this day forward will ultimately determine how your future unfolds.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.
So just based off of that, what is this author saying to us right now?
What I get from it is that you need to be prepared for tomorrow. You need to be focused on getting rid of them bad habits, and the only way you can do that is by taking a step and putting your all in it.
That's right. He said, look, right now, the habits that we have, the habits that we developed yesterday determines where we are today, right now. Notice he says in this, he says, one of the problems for people with poor habits is that the results of their bad habits usually don't show up until much later in life. Now, a lot of us, right, we up here, boom, looking at our life today. This is stuff that we developed, right? Come on now. Like, Dad, look at my bank account. Man, this is habits that I had when I'm 20. I'm 30 years old. I don't save no money. Look, this is the results today. Look, right, Rick? I'm like, I don't save no money. I'm looking at myself. And now I'm older. I got more responsibilities. See, what if I would have took when I wasn't work, when I didn't have no kids, when I didn't have all these responsibilities? What if I would have developed the habit of savings? Man, by 30, before I even got married, I'd be a millionaire. Are y'all listening to what I'm saying right now? See, now all of a sudden you want to start saving when you got a mortgage, you got car notes, you got all of these you got 5 kids, you got grandchildren, you got all of this stuff. And now all of a sudden, oh, damn, I should have started saving when I was like, man, I'm kicking money. Like, oh, when I was kicking game, baby, it would have been a whole nother story here. If we would have just got this. Hopefully I'm making sense to somebody. Just think about it for a minute, right, Sabrina? We could have had, right, Mr. Mumford? Oh man, Reef, you know where I'm at right now, right, bro?
It's you know, and it's so true, you know, and it's funny you talking about the money, because I was thinking this morning, I was saying, you know, one of the main things that I say in life, your money says everything. Your money and your body truly says everything about you. Your money and your body. Like Tony Robbins says, he says, I can tell everything about you. First of all, I can tell everything about you by your physical state and then your financial state.
Mm-hmm.
That sums up your whole life. I don't have to. You don't have to say anything else. All I have to do is ask you about your money and ask you how you handle your money and how you handle your physical body, and that says almost everything about your life. Everything sums up under that. So, and then T.D. Jakes, I was watching him, and he said, and I said, I repeat it now. It was repeating. He said, "What you do in your 20s, you're going to reap in your 30s. What you do in your 30s, what you do in your whole decade of your 30s, you're going to reap in your 40s." You know, and think about that. So if you're not happy with your 40s right now, right, you better get this 40s together before you get into your 50s. If you're not happy with your 20s, you're not happy with your 30s, you better get together before you get into your 40s, because he says what you do in this decade affects the next decade.
Woo.
And so your choices determine your choices. The habits you continue to make is going to affect your choices. So as we say yesterday, Mr. Satchel, you know, because of my bad money habits, right? And I made change your mind. Save some of your money. But no, I kept on going out. I kept on buying cars. I had more kids. I was having kids like it was, well, I only have 3, but still, you know, I mean, it was like I thought I make more every time I had more money, I had another child and bought another car, right? Bought another house. Who told me that idea, right? I guess that was a bad habit, right? Yeah. And not saving a penny, right? And millions of dollars have gone through my hands.
Yes.
Right? And only now, I can look at myself now, yeah, I'm managing my money, but I know where I could be a lot farther ahead in life because of my habits. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this is something so crucial that you understand that your choices determine your choices. So if you're a quitter now, you find yourself always quitting, guess what? You quit today, you're going to be quitting tomorrow.
That's right.
Learn perseverance. Stop stopping. See that? Stop stopping. See, I learned something in life. I'm not going to stop anything. I'm going to keep on going. I don't care how hard it gets. Stop stopping. Because if you're a quitter, a quitter's always what? Quit.
They find a way. They find a way to quit.
You know what happens is, I was telling somebody there, I said, you won't even know the patterns in your life sometimes. Because it's a pattern. So you'll think that this time you quit or something, and you be like, you won't even think about it, but you won't realize till that last week you quit something, right? Or, you know, you got a habit today. I just bought this dress today. It was on sale, right? And you forgot about you did that. Then next week you buy another dress. Oh, it was on sale. And it's funny, you know, ladies, I'm talking to y'all because, you know, I every time I hear a lady talk about money, she says, but it was on sale. And I said, you said that 2 weeks ago. Oh, I did? You said a month ago. Every time you buy something, you say, but it was on sale. That's a bad habit.
They get you every time you walk in there. You see that where the sales are at. Wow, that's good right there, Mr. We ain't gonna don't talk about them shoes. No, let's go. I'm the electronic man. Don't even get it twisted. I got to add something new. We all work in progress. Don't get it twisted now. Let's go. All right, Miss Lynn, you ready to read, or you got a comment about your shoes? Oh, I'm just asking.
Oh, you real funny. I haven't been shoe shopping in quite some time.
Okay.
But her collection is on point. Her connection is lit.
Quite some time. Y'all want to know what that is between? Okay, let's go. Take action to develop better habits now.
Take action to develop better habits now. There are 2 action steps for changing your habits. The first step is to make a list of all of the habits that keep you unproductive or that might negatively impact your future. Ask others to help you objectively identify what they believe are your limiting habits. Look for patterns. Also, review this list of the most common unsuccessful habits below. procrastinating, paying bills at the last minute, not delivering on promised documents and services in a timely way, letting receivables get overdue, arriving late for meetings and appointments, forgetting someone's name within seconds of being introduced, talking over others' comments instead of listening, answering the phone during family time or spouse time, handling mail more than once, working late, choosing work over time with your children, having fast food meals more than 2 days a week. Once you have identified your negative habits, the second step is to choose better, more productive success habits and develop systems that will support them. For example, if your goal is to get to the gym every morning, one system you might put in place is to go to bed 1 hour earlier and set your alarm ahead. If you're in sales, you might develop a checklist of activities so that all prospects receive the same series of communications. Maybe you want to get in the habit of completing your work by the close of business Friday, so you're free to spend weekends with your spouse and children. That's an excellent habit, but what specifically will you do to adopt that new habit? What activities will you engage in? How will you stay motivated? Will you develop a checklist of what must be accomplished by Friday afternoon to keep you on track? Will you spend less time chatting with coworkers at the water cooler? Email people their promised documents as you are talking on the phone with them. Take shorter lunches.
That's good.
Wow.
Get started.
Go ahead and finish this chapter out so we can talk about this.
What could you achieve if you took on 4 new habits a year? If you use these strategies to develop just 4 new habits a year, 5 years from now, you'll have 20 new success habits that could bring you all the money you want, the wonderful, loving relationships you desire, a healthier, more energized body, plus all sorts of new opportunities. Start by listing 4 new habits you would like to establish in the next year. Work on 1 habit every quarter. If you work diligently on building 1 new habit every 13 weeks, you won't overwhelm yourself with an unrealistic list of New Year's resolutions. And research now shows that if you repeat a behavior for 13 weeks, whether it is meditating for 20 minutes a day, flossing your teeth, reviewing your goals, or writing thank you letters to your clients, it will be yours for life. By systematically adding 1 behavior at a time, you can dramatically improve your overall lifestyle. Here are a couple of hints for making sure you follow through on your commitment to your new habit. Put up signs to remind you to follow through on the new behavior. When I learned that even a little dehydration can decrease your mental acuity by as much as 30%, I decided to develop the habit that all of the health practitioners have been advising. Drink 10 8-ounce glasses of water a day. I put signs that said, drink water on my phone, my office door, my bathroom door, and my kitchen refrigerator. I also had my secretary remind me every hour. Another powerful technique to keep you focused on your new habit is to partner up with someone. Keep score, see Principle 21, and hold each other accountable. Check in with each other at least once a week to make sure you are staying on track. Perhaps the most powerful way to stay on track is to follow the no exceptions rule, which is explained in the next chapter.
All right. What did you get from that, Miss Lynn?
Well, it's going to take an action plan. You know, when you're trying to create these new habits and get rid of old ones. So, you know, the first step is that, you know, identify the negative habit or, you know, the good habit that you want to create. And just, you know, identifying it or acknowledging it is not enough. You then need to set into action a plan that's going to counteract, you know, that bad habit or bad wiring or bad programming that you have. I remember when I was still in corporate America, it was always a big thing for me to have all of my work done by Friday. So I literally, and I'm a very visual person, so I would have to Monday or sometimes Sunday night, I would either do it from home or sometimes I would go to the office for about an hour and I would erase the board and I put all of my priorities or all of my things that I wanted to get done for the week. I would prioritize them. And then what I would do was when my boss came in, I would have her look at the list to see if, according to her, any of them needed to be reprioritized. And then once I did that throughout the week, you know, as I completed stuff, I scratched it off of my list. But on Wednesday, I would always have a look at the list to see how I was progressing. Like I just didn't throw stuff up there and just kind of just still was willy-nilly about it. I actually looked at it each and every day to make sure that I was still on course to get everything done by Friday. And when I did that, you know, it meant that I had to go into work maybe an hour earlier, or like I had to make sacrifices. And when I did that, and the resulting feeling of accomplishment that I had when I stayed on point like that and got things done, it also created a success effect, I'd like to say, because when I was on time and I was on top of things, on top of my game or whatever, there's nothing like that feeling of accomplishment. I was able to you know, do things with the kids on the weekends and not worry about getting interruptions from work. I was able to, you know, get things done at home, and it affected, you know, other things in my other areas of life.
Wow. Okay. So give me a personal, I want everybody to do this right now. I want you to take the next 2 to 3 minutes and I want you to write down 4 new habits that you are going to work on for yourself. I want you to take that time out right now and write down 4 new habits. Write them down that you are going to do personally. I have one of mine is saving 10% of my income. I'm gonna tell you something. This is huge for me. All right, saving 10% of my income. Now, I remember reading a book. Most of you heard me say, which was my first book I read, and in there it was talking about managing your money. And as we constantly say, how many of us have heard 10% go into offerings, right? We've all heard that, right? Put 10% into the offering plate. Make sure you get it in the offering plate. But at the end of the day, is it important to have 10% in your offering at home? No, yes, no, maybe so. Absolutely. It is the most important. Make sure you're putting 10%. Like we all at the end of the day, it says it starts at home first. So that's my one. Exercising at least 3 times a week. That's physical. So financial is income, physical exercise there. 3 times out of the week. Eating 3 meals. Now that's a habit that's really going to have to form for me. Eating 3 meals because I understand now how the metabolism is supposed to work. All right. And then the other one is doing my P&L statement, which is a profit and loss statement for my house. All right. So those are my 4. Notice he said also have an accountability partner. And I think that's something that we are going to start doing is how many people honestly want to actually make different changes in their life right now and want to be accountable for that. And I'm not going to have somebody that I'm going to have somebody that you don't know in this class. So we're going to start putting some of those types of things together. They're going to be your best friend and they're going to be like, oh, that's all right. Nope, that ain't how it's going to be. It's going to be somebody you don't know and you're going to start learning some new stuff, right? So hopefully you wrote those 4 things down. At the end of the day, I'm going to call on you and I'm going to say, what are the 4 habits that you wrote down? Lynn, what was your 4?
One would be to call back people in a more timely fashion to return phone calls and or emails, especially in my line of work. That is crucial. The second one would be to, I want to be better at saving. So the 10% rule, I want to get better at that. Being on time is...
No, hold it, stop.
What?
Nope. Listen to what you just said. And then we're gonna work on these words as well, right? I want to get better at that. No. These are habits that you have to make a decision on, and you say, I will save 10% of my income. I want to get better. That can last all life, getting better. There's a decision that has to be made, right? And like, I'm gonna pray about it and hopefully it all works out. No. We want to have habits that we have decided that we are going to do. So go ahead. I'm going to make that call. I'm going to do my calendar, respond back to it. I'm gonna work on it. That's over. Those days are over. We 50 and we still working on things, right? Go ahead, Lynn. Go ahead.
Okay.
The third one. All right, we're gonna let her finish doing what she's doing over there, clicking that old Windows thing. All right, who wanna take a stab at this? JP, you got your 4 written down? Okay, all right, I want you to put those 4 down before this class is over. All right, Rico, you said, what was your 4 that you're gonna do?
It would be meditating. I believe I need to meditate more. Save 10%, write new songs in the morning, and also spread joy. I think I could. I know I need to work on spreading more joy.
Wow, that's good. That's good right there. Spreading joy. Man, that's going to make you feel good. Thanks. Good job, Rico. Excellence. Write new songs, right? Who else? Maritza, you ready?
I would say I will stop procrastinating. I will save 10% of my income. I will exercise 3 days a week, and I will be returning and following up on calls and emails. That's what I wrote.
Okay, I'm gonna call you next week sometime. So I'm writing these things down because all of them, once you do them, they will make a major difference in your life, right? If you do those things. Go ahead, Shirley, exercising.
Hey, can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, my 4, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My 4 is reading my Bible and my personal development and literature daily, exercising 4 days a week, talk with a calm voice when talking to my spouse, and save 10% of my income and the income and completing the money challenge. That's like kind of all in one. That's 4.
Okay. Wow, these look, we should have some serious cash up in those bank accounts, right? Yeah. Everybody saving 10% of their income. Woo, that means you only got 90% to live off of. Who else? Kevin, can you talk? All right. Okay.
Good morning, sir. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you well.
Good morning, LCA fam. My 4 things, hang on real quick.
I'm going to get people fired. You see that? Make them leave their offices. Oh, my God. Go ahead.
Thank you for your patience.
No problem.
My 4 things are I will become a better servant leader. Mm-hmm. I will read more pages in my leadership and self-development books more often. I will begin to speak to the universe more intently about the things I like to see happen in my life. And I will start seeing more of the good in people.
More of the good. Begin to see. Now, that's being a pessimist or optimist?
That's being optimistic.
See all the bad in these folks. They don't want nothing. Good job, Kevin.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Outstanding. Her head is big. Yes. Okay. Go ahead, Miss Lisa. Go ahead.
Am I muted?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm just going to be real with myself because I know me. First of all, I'm going to start doing what I say I'm going to do. Because a lot of times I say I'm going to do something, then at the last minute I'm like, I'm going to stop being negative. I find myself being negative without realizing it because I've formed a habit of doing it. So that's out. I'm going to start making new friends. I don't make a lot of new friends. So I think that's going to be necessary for me for growth and development for myself. And I'm going to start by saving 5% of my income, only because I don't want to go 10 because I want to start at a level where I know I'm going to be comfortable. So I'm not going to go 10, 15, I'm going to go 5.
Hey, you can start with one. Just
Right. I just want to be real with myself. I'm not gonna say 10% or whatever. I'm gonna say 5, and I work from there.
Okay. All right. Reason why, you look at it. Thank you. Great job, Lisa. And thank you for being real with yourself. Stop being not real with yourself. I'm gonna start with being real. That word. I'm gonna start with being real, No, start with being real.
That's that Miami coming out of me.
Yeah, that little behavior stuff. Come on now. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it real. They say when they say that, they normally lying. They really ain't gonna keep it real, right? Because it's just the opposite. All right, can I be honest with myself? That means you get ready to lie to yourself. No, we gonna change y'all. We gonna change all of that. Delight thyself. Delight thyself. Go ahead.
Good morning, LCA family.
Good morning.
I have to get off the line in a minute because I have a staff meeting, so I'm glad you got a chance to get me in. My first thing is I am funding the kingdom. My second is I want to spend more time reading the word before working on my project. I want to save more, and just like the young lady before me, I'm not going to say an amount because it's however the Spirit of the Lord moves concerning my project will determine my profit. And then the other is you had some lessons a while back about decluttering. So I continue to declutter. And so those are my 4 habits.
All right. Continue to declutter. You ain't gonna have
Yes, sir.
I know that's right. Good job. Declutter that daggone stuff. Habits. Is it a habit to have clutter all over the place? Is that a habit? Yeah. Shoes here, shoes there, shoes everywhere. Right? That's a habit. Right? Habit. Whoa, boy. I don't even want to start. Man, habits. Mr. Mumford, you want to talk about this a little bit?
Well, the only thing I'll add, because I mean, this is good. I wrote stuff down, and a lot of that stuff hit me as well. And here's what I give you guys a little tidbit on this exercise. Because and especially doing this, I've been doing this for years, doing goal setting and writing stuff down. And one thing I've learned that's really crucial, that nothing becomes dynamic until it becomes specific. So most of you gave very ambiguous habits that you want to change, and there has to be specific to it. Like, I'm not going to just say spend more time with my kids. That's too broad. So like, for instance, for me, a habit I have to want to get back to is calling or texting my kids every single day. See, that's very specific, right? So you want to be careful. I would encourage all you that said stuff. A lot of you gave they were too broad. They were not specific enough that it's not. There's no challenge there. And don't make it too challenge. Don't make it too far fetched, because if you make it too far fetched, the brain won't even let you get there. If you say, like Lisa May said, now 10% is the principal, but maybe that's too far for her, because maybe her income, if her bills is more than what she brings in, then obviously 10% is probably too far fetched right now. Right. So probably 5% is a good way to start. So you know what I'm saying? So you got to be, really be careful. I'm just giving you guys some exercises on doing your habits so that you can get better results, because you want results. You don't want to, and you don't have to be all outlandish. Something very specific, that you want to yourself. Maybe you don't even want to share that. Something very personal to yourself. I know some of you probably got some personal stuff that you wrote down, right? And so as you want to make sure you're very specific. Like, so even when you said, Shirley, stop being negative talking loud to my husband, whatever, be more specific with yourself. There's certain times that he says things that why you may talk loud. So make that your habit, because I know you don't do it all the time. So what things is it tricking you to say things like that? So I just want to kind of get that tidbit, Mr. Satchel, that you opened up and
That's good. That is good. See, I show this a lot of times, but if you look at this money jar, my habit started with pennies. It started with pennies. Do you hear what I'm saying? It wasn't like, okay, I started out with the 100, the 20s, the 5s. I could develop the habit, and that's why the book in the management system, he says, most people say, well, I don't have no money to save. But if you working, you got money to save. So even if you develop the habit on the habit, watch this. This is why a lot of us, when you heard us say the 52-week challenge, it starts off with $1. By the time you're where we are now, we're in week
34.
34. Yeah. So now by the time you get to week 34, 34 says $34. But before 34 was 33. See, it's gradually graduating you. Oh, I'm gonna start off with the 50. You're not listening to what we're trying to do. What our goal is to work on you is to develop the habit over a period of time. So this is why in the book he said, manage your money. Start off right where you are. She said 5%. Hey, it could have been 4%. It could have been 3%. It's just get started, right? Once it becomes the habit, now before you look at it, you saving hundreds, you saving 50s, you saving $200-300 like nothing. Boom.
Mrs. Satchel, see what happens is, the brain does not know the difference. The brain doesn't say, oh, you're only doing 5%. The brain just goes by your habit. So that's for me. See, I used to say, I saw my coach all the time, I can't save any money. I don't have any money to save. And when he said, no, Jermaine, I read the book, a great book to read this from, The Millionaire Mindset by T. Edgar Hoover. And he said, if you just save $5 a week, right? What's that going to do? What it does to you subconsciously now, for instance, every dollar I bring in every dollar comes in my hand now, because I've done a habit, I don't care if it's a $10,000 check, I'm going to automatically break that check up and save 10%. Because now it's become a habit. But see, the brain is, so when you saying, well, now you probably wait until you make $1,000 a week to save. No, do it while if you only make it, you only put $1 aside. If you only put 25 cents aside, nobody has to know. Again, you don't have to tell broadcast to everybody, because see, everybody don't have to know where you are. But if you put a quarter aside a day, what it's doing is it's starting a habit. See, I'd rather take you, Lisa, saving 5% for the next 2 years than taking somebody saving 10% for 3 months and then they quit.
That's good, right?
See that? See, because it's about a habit. So a lot of you, what you're doing is start the habit. See, what I'm gonna tell you, a lot of you didn't do the 52-week challenge, and a lot of you having money problems. I'm gonna tell you something really deep here. See what the universe does, and see, the secret was talking about this. I'm gonna tell you, it works. See, this is why I learned that it's important to just step out and start doing things. Because see, if you started in week 1, even I said to myself, just because I said, man, when you get to week 30, that's going to be $30, right? But look what the universe does, Mr. Satchel, right? As my year went on, I started attracting more income. See? As the year went on, because I started on week 1, and I mean, I saved money. I have money going all kinds of different directions. So this was even somewhat of a challenge. I never did the 52-week challenge. I had my own way of doing managing my money. So this was a whole new challenge for me. Okay, so I'm looking at everything else I'm doing, and I'm like, okay, I got to do this. But then guess what, Mr. Satchel? The universe, because I took action and I said I'm going to do this 52-week challenge. 1, 2, 3. The universe kept on sending more money to me. I kept on attracting more money. See, Mr. Satchel, how do I attract more money? I'm going to give you a testimony story here. Last week, I went to renew my website, my domain name for my company, right? And I went to go log in to pay my fee. Okay. Now, you guys got to hear this. See, when you start the habits will start working in your favor. I go to pay for my domain name. I go to log into my accounts. And I go to click on put my credit card information in, and I happen to look down and it said, how do you want to pay for this? And I happen to see, use your credit. And I'm like, credit? Wait, I mean, when I paid last year, I didn't pay extra. I paid 2 years in advance, so I paid 1 year in advance. I go to log in, all of a sudden I see, okay, I had a $17.50 credit in my account. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it came from. No, it wasn't. No, I'm getting mixed up. It was actually $11.65. $11.65. It was sitting in my account. I don't know where it came from. I'm like, how do I have a credit? How do I have a credit? But see, I'm telling you, folks, when you set yourself up to perform habits, when you get your thoughts together and you think good thoughts and you start practicing habits, that's what the guy said in this book. If you start the money habit, if you start saving money, you will start attracting more money to you. That's why your account, see, guys, if you have $0 in your account right now, see, he told me, you're going to have to break the mold. Once you break the mold financially, money goes where money flows. So if you have $0 in your savings, you will not attract money. I'm telling you right now, you could confess all day, money. No money's going to come to you just by saying, I want more money. That's where the church gets it wrong. I got money. No, the book said you only get money. Money only flows when money already exists. That's why it's called currency. Currency. It keeps on moving. So if there's a break in that currency, doesn't the current stop? So if you have $0 in your account, 0 times 0 is what, Mr. Satchel?
0.
Thank you very much. So if I have $10,000 in my account, I'm going to attract more money, thousands to my account, because that money's going to attract thousands. If I only have hundreds, it's only going to attract hundreds. Trust me, folks. Break the mold. Trust me when I tell you. Take your next paycheck. I don't care if you got to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, as the book said. You're going to have to go on a serious fast the next month if you want to get this money game right. I'm telling you. Okay? I know you want to go to Walmart. Women, stop your shopping. Get that mold. I got to have clothes. You got clothes. Stop buying clothes. Do it for a month. I don't care. Tell you eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Eat oodles and noodles. I got to eat steaks. No. Stop it. And take 1 month and just put 10% of your money in accounts. And I promise you, do it for a couple months and watch how money flows to your life. Mr. Satchel, what did I tell you? My bank, what did I tell you? All of a sudden, I got a check for $17.50 last week in the mail. My bank overdraft my account because I paid a bill late. See, habit. See? And guess what, Satchel? The bank, I called the bank, habit. I called them and said, listen, can y'all reverse this charge? They said, sure, Mr. Moffitt, we'll give you back $17.50. The next day, I got a check in the mail. Where's it at? Y'all know. Where's it at? Oh, I got it somewhere. Oh, it's somewhere. I'll show you tomorrow. Where that check is. I got a check in the mail for $17.50. The bank gave me a credit of $17.50, and then I got a check in the mail for $17.50 last week. See, I don't check. I'm telling you stuff. This stuff is real. It works. Back to you, Mr.
All day. Go ahead, Sabrina.
Well, like you said, Jamal, I haven't had time to go through and get more specific on it. I was just starting the process. One of them is keep more money than I make, because I already saved, but I'm quick to go get it.
What you want to do is give that a specific number. Because see, go ahead and take the challenge and give yourself a specific number, whether it be, I don't care if it be 5%, 6%, just give it a specific number because it's not going to be dynamic. And try to give it a number. I mean, you may change it after the call, but just try to give it a number. Don't try, give it a number.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't even necessarily just talking about saving, just even outside the saving, because I already save out of each paycheck, actually more than 10%. But my problem is I'm spoiled and I don't like telling myself no. So if I want something, I just go do it without really thinking about should I do it. So I was coming more from that angle. I'm a spender, so I need to be less of a spender.
Okay.
And how I'll break that down, I'm not sure yet.
I can tell you.
What?
You're only allowed to spend money on you once a week. Yeah, that's it right there. Stop.
How about that?
Look. You're only allowed to eat out once a week. This dynamic, just like once a week, you're only allowed to eat out. Boom. Look, she has.
Give yourself a number. You can say.
What are you supposed to eat the rest of the week?
You gotta cook. They're gonna never happen.
You say, oh no.
Yeah,
but you can say, Sabrina, you can say, I mean, you could, I wouldn't say, it's not about stop spending money. I would say, for me, I have a certain amount of money I can spend on myself, a certain percentage.
Yeah.
So you can say, I'm only going to spend 20% on myself, whatever you're saving. So you can say, I'm only going to spend, so whatever you feel comfortable, give yourself a number. Because again, until it becomes specific, it won't become a number. Because then you can say, and what people do, they go on these crash diets, as I call them. Because they'll go 1 month and don't spend any money, and then they'll go the whole month of September. And that was me. I was saving so much money, And then I go 1 month and I'll just, like I did, one day I saved $10,000. And then what I did, all that money, I took a 3-week vacation, went to St. Croix and blew it all. So, so you got to give yourself some parameters. Otherwise you'll be up and down like a roller coaster. So I would give it a specific number and you'll go from there.
In fact, that's why Myron Golden puts in that book in your management, where he says you can have, there's an account specifically that you have to spend all of that money, because what happens is, like you just said, Mr. Monk, you crash. You go out and instead of you doing the right thing and just in moderation of habit, you end up going out and you go and spree. You just have a shopping spree. But if you develop the habit to have an account just for, I can do what I want with every single month, literally, and it don't matter. If you just think, if you make $3,000 a month, that's $300 that you have a month to go shopping with every single month. Because as your income is growing, now you're doing $4,000 a month. Now you're doing $5,000 a month. $500 a month to go out and just, you're going to get to a point that, I don't know, maybe not you, Sabrina. We're
talking to the wrong wife.
She'll find something.
But the other one that I have in my business, that I'm always in front of my laptop mostly. So I have a goal to spend more time with family and friends and cook one day a week, because before the business, I used to cook at least twice a week. So that's one goal. And I already work out 45 days a week, but my eating sucks. I mean, I was scarfed down pizza, burgers, anything with grease in it. So
45 days a week. How you do that?
4 to 5 days a week.
4 to 5. Oh.
4 to 5.
Okay, 4 to 5.
Those days I work out twice a day. So working out is not an issue, but eating is, I eat up everything. So I set a goal to eat a little healthier. I haven't put like parameters on it. I've already started. Like I eat oatmeal in the morning I cut out the butter and the sugar, and that was killing me initially, but I'm used to it now. So I am already starting to do that, and I haven't gotten specific yet. And then the other one is procrastination. If it's something I don't want to do or I'm scared to do it, I'll procrastinate. So I'm going to stop procrastinating as much on projects, like the project that I did yesterday that I was hoping that you would do, that it didn't work out that way. But that was a fear thing, but I got past it and it all worked out. So that's another one.
Wow. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. Shakoya, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I got a few habits that I do need to work on. One of them is definitely stay plugged in. Stay plugged in. Oh, Lord, I'll be tired in the morning. 8 o'clock, that come early here in Texas, but I'm going to stop making excuses. I'm going to be on that call. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
If I don't, definitely I want Miss Sabrina, Miss Beverly, Miss Nina, hold me accountable. Hold me accountable. Do that for me. But I'm definitely going to, I'm 5%. One of the other ladies helped me out on that. 5% of saving. I don't know how to save, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to do it. Okay. Definitely exercise, whether that's walking around, being nosy, checking out my neighbors in the neighborhood and everything, whatever. I'm going to exercise some type of way.
No, not no some type of way. We're going to be specific on this.
Okay. Well, walking
3 times a day. I'm going to walk for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 20, but be specific. I'm going to do 30 minutes of walking XYZ. Right.
Gotcha.
All right.
I did. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to definitely continue to learn and definitely learn spiritually wise, because that's the only way I'm going to be able to move, but definitely spiritual wise, being able to learn. I'm going to be teachable. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to get on y'all nerves. I'm going to let you know now, Mr. Kim, Miss Sabrina, I'm going to get on y'all nerves because I'm hungry.
That's a lot.
I'm hungry. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I'm hungry. I'm hungry for a lot of things. I know I was told that it's only specific things that we can say. So I'm just going to say for a lot of things, I'm hungry for it. So I'm gonna be definitely getting on some people's nerve. I'm going to do that
No,
because
you're not. Sequoia, listen.
yes, I gotta be specific.
No, I'm gonna be specific right now. Stop sabotaging yourself by saying you're gonna get, because you're giving it a bad taste. I'm going to get on your nerves. That would never get on my nerves for a person that's hungry to succeed. Never.
Yes,
So you're not
yes,
getting on the person. And that's what a lot of times people say this, well, I didn't call you, Mr. Satcher, because I didn't want to get on your nerves. Damn it, get on my nerves if it's working towards your success. That's not getting on my nerves. Go ahead. That's that.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Get on my nerves. You get on my nerves.
Okay.
Get it out your system.
Well, I'm just gonna be teachable. I'm gonna become a teachable, learning. I want to learn, listening. Also, learn not to be so emotional with a lot of situations. Learn not to be so emotional. Take it for what it is. And I'm gonna, in all caps, I'm just going to do it.
There you go. Just do it.
Just do it. And look, and I'm gonna do that on your shirt too. Look at your shirt. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, do the same thing. That's right. Every day.
I'm gonna do that. Yes. All right. Thank you.
All right. Go ahead, Laverne.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good morning. No, I was saying when Jamal said about the 20s and the 30s and the 40s thing. In my 20s, I used to stress out about paying the utilities and the bills on time. My grandma used to say, them bills gonna be here when you dead and gone. By the time I got in my 30s, I didn't care about paying the bills on time. None of them. Until I had an experience where my electric bill was cut off for like $40.
Wow.
So by my 40s, I'm much better. But my habit is to work out 4 times a week because I'm still working on making that a habit.
Woo!
Cooking 3 days a week. I'm not a cooker. And I'm going to spend 2 hours a day doing my schoolwork 5 days a week. And then writing out my expenses every month because I have no idea how much money I spend every month. Personally.
Wow. Good. Write out an expense report. And that's good. Y'all just insist on this class going longer than it's supposed to, but guess what? At 10 o'clock, we going to start ending this class. Y'all hear me? I got to go work out. We want to give it up for each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Come on, write those things down. Do those things. This is a great chapter we have dealt with on today. Habits form your life at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. We'll be back here tomorrow, and we got a new principle. Uh-oh, y'all want to know what that one is? 99% is a bitch. 100% is a breeze. Yup, that's what the book said. Y'all believe me? That's what Jack Canfield said. 99% is a bitch. 100% is a breeze. Oh, I ain't coming to this class no more. They cuss too much. Y'all have a fantastic day on purpose. And we will see you tomorrow morning. Same time, same place, same station.